Welcome back to part two of us discussing identity and access management. So, in the previous video, I think I gave you a rundown, one overview of what IAM is and how you can, play around the IAM dashboard. So, today, our focus will be on, trying to launch or create some of these components like user group, users, rules, policies and access analyzers. So moving back into IAM dashboard, as I said, the first thing when you get here, make sure your security recommendations are zeros. Set up your account alias, and if your MFA is not enabled, do enable it. And one thing you should know is all cloud accounts should have MFA enabled, being it the root account, which is the main account you created, or the IAM users account we are going to be creating as from today. So on today's episode, we'll start by creating a user group. That is the first thing. Then we are going to attach a policy, to the user group. Then we're going to create an IAM users and attach a user to a group. And we'll proceed by, seeing how we can also use that IAM user to access AWS resources, not the root account. Remember the first account you created, that we created, it's called the root account, and this is the main account. It has all the super administrative privileges, and it is advisable, do not use your root account for day-to-day activities. Take note, when you create your root account for the first time, make sure you go straight into your IAM dashboard and create an IAM user that will works or that will represent your root account, and you keep using it. Do not use your root account for day-to-day activities. So when you access, or when you must have logged into your management console using your root account, since it's your first time, go to your search bar, access IAM. This is my IAM dashboard. To your left, locate user group. So we are going to create a group. So we are going to create a group. Click on create group, as you can see there. So my first group is always admin. Okay, so I need an admin group. Now we don't have any users. I'm not going to add any for now. So when you scroll down, now these are the various permissions that you can attach. They are 1109. Okay, these are the various permissions. Now, as I said, permission is a document policy. In general, it's a document of permissions. Now, permissions are the do, what you can do. Okay, permissions are the what they do. We simply when I attach a particular permissions to a group or user, it means the user can do that stuff and only that stuff. Now, without attach, the user cannot do it. So permissions are they do, what you can do. Your right, okay, right attached to a particular group or users in the cloud. So there are many of them, as you can see here, based on different services we have. You can search based on compute services, database services, security services, AI services, analytics services, okay, monitoring services. There are many permissions available that you can attach. So when it comes to the admin user group, I always attach the administrator access. Exit. It's always the first, I think so. Yeah, it's always among the first. So if you scroll here, you see that's it. So if you don't see, you can search. So I always attach the administrator access. Okay. As I say, if you don't see, you can decide to type. When you just type admin, you're going to see it. So that is it. Administrator. Sorry for that interruption. So administrator access, that is it. When you select it, you scroll down and you create group. You click on what? You click on create group. So that is basically how to create a group. Very simple. As you said, access your IAM dashboard, click on user group, click on create group. Okay, you give it a group name. You don't add any user for now. You scroll down, you choose the required permission. Since we are creating a group to be used by administrator, so I had to give it what? Administrator access. Please remember there's different administrator accesses. We have that for amplify. Choose the administrator access when you scroll down and you click on create group. So let's click on view group. This is our group. This is the name, the creation time, the ARN, which stands for Amazon Resource Name, which is a unique name attached to each and every resources you create in the cloud. Okay, so now we have no users attached to it. These are permissions. Okay, this is the permission we have attached. As of now, you can attach up to what, 10 managed policies. And we also have what is known as access advisor, or which it acts like what, an access analyzer, okay, to monitor your group and give you some security recommendations and other rest. So that is how you can create a group. Next in our list, let's go to users. We need to create a user and attach a user to this group. So see under your IAM and your IAM dashboard, to your left, locate users, click on create users. So I'm going to give this admin tdemi, that is a name. Okay, so when you are creating a user, you should know that a user has basically let's say basically two methods in which he or she can access the resources in the cloud. The first is called the console, or the GUI, presently what we are using. So you can either create a user that has possibility to access your resources using the AWS Management Console, that's the graphic user interface method, or you can create an IAM user that can access your resources using the terminal, using the command prompt. Remember, I show you what terminal is or what command line interface is. Here is it. As you can see here, this black screen. Just give it some time for it to open. But for those using Windows, you can, okay, here is it. This is what we call CLI for Windows. For Linux, you have terminal. So you can either create an IAM user to access your resources using the console or using the CLI. So first, we are going to create an IAM user that can access our resources using the GUI by means the console. Okay, so now here we can either auto-generate. Now it is advisable in the production environment, auto-generate password, give it to the user. The user should be able to change the password after the first login. Okay, that is the best approach. When creating an IAM user, auto-generate the password, provide that password to the user so that the user can log in with it for the first time and change it and put his or her own choice. Put a password that he or she wants. Do not create custom password for a user. You can create a custom password if you want, type the password here, but I always advise you to auto generate. Okay, so we are going to go with the auto generate. So let me just delete this. I don't want to create a custom, so I'll go with auto generate. Then enable this. Make sure you enable this. User must create a new password at the next sign in. Recommended. Yeah, user must do that. So we click on next. Now we need to set permission. You can either add users to a group to inherit the permission that belongs to that group. You can copy permission, or you can attach policies directly, which is not advisable unless need be. Okay, it is not advisable unless need be. So to respect best practices, we are going to add users to a group, and as of now we have just one group, so I'm going to select the admin group that we created before. Then you can go as far as to set permission boundaries. Okay, you can set permission boundaries if you want. So for now, we don't want to set any permission boundary, so we are just going to put that user to a group and we click next. So we review and make sure everything or every information that we have allocated to this particular user is valid and is what we need. You can also add tags. Okay, tags are optional. I'm going to throw more light on tags when we get to that stage. And if you're done, you simply create your user. So our user has been created successfully. Okay. Oh, sorry. Now, when you create your user, please, before you actually leave this page, always make sure to download the CSV file. This CSV file contains the URL that the user can access the AWS Management Console directly since the user is under you. If you notice, this is my alias name. If you don't have an alias name, you are going to see what? You're going to see your account ID here. I hope you now see where alias is being used. Okay, this is my alias name. For those who have not created alias, you see your account ID here. So when you download this CSV, it's going to be saved. So I'm going to click save as. It's an Excel sheet. So I'm going to put it under a particular folder. So take note, please always download this, because if you don't download, there will be no way for you to get the password. Always download. If you forget to download, it means you have to delete this user and create a new one. So this document contains this URL, your username, and the console password. Okay, and the console password. When you do that, then now you can leave that page. So this is our user. As you can see here, the name. Okay, password H 1 minute ago. Okay, this is like a summary of that particular user that we created. The ARN. Remember, each IAM resource or service that you launch comes with an Amazon resource name. It is unique. It is unique. Now they say we have enabled console. So if we access our IAM user, that is it. MFA have not been enabled. As you can see, a first security recommendation, which we need to do that. No access key. Access key is a method that can be used to access what your cloud resources using CLI, as I've just explained. The ARN, the creation date, last logon, we have never accessed it, permission attached, that is it. The administrator access from that user group, and we enable that users must change their password at the first login. Another permission has been attached to it directly. Okay, that is it. So this is information containing the group, no tag, security credentials, which we are going to come there, and all the rest. So that is basically how you can create a user group. Okay, attach a permissions it, create a user, attach it to that particular user group, and this is the end of this video for now. So stay tuned while I take you to the next stage of this lab, where we are going to do what we are going to, create secret key for this particular user. We are going to also enable MFA for this particular IAM user. Then we are also going to see how you can use this particular IAM user to access resources in the cloud. Thank you. Stay tuned, and bye for now.